Hey guys, it's Kara from iStampin.com. Thanks for joining me today. Today I've got a really fun project to show you today using some products that are in our annual catalog that are new this year. The first being this super cute wood crate. This is the wood crate framelets. I'm using our Wood Textures Designer Series paper, and then I made these really cute 3x3 note cards, and here's the little tag that says hello friend. I'm using the Woodwords stamp set, and then the copper trim, and then again the same Designer Series paper, and then these 3x3 envelopes. These came back. I'm so excited. These are in our holiday catalog, so you won't be able to get them until September 1st, but I just wanted to show you that we have the little 3x3, and I'm going to show you how I stamped the front and then the back flap just to give it a little bit of interest. So I thought this would be really cute, you know, especially for like you know, teacher gifts. You know, it's here this week in Jacksonville, where I am. School started this week, so this could be a fun little project that you give to teachers at the beginning of the year. You know, of course, this can be used for anything. So I thought that I would make one more card and envelope, show you how I did that, and then also show you how I put the wood crate together. So then this could be a little 4-pack. But guys, I need your help. I'm asking, seriously, when I say I need your help, I really do need your help. They showed this at On Stage back in April, and I obviously was not paying attention, and I don't know how to do this. I've seen people do it. I Googled it, I looked on YouTube, and I couldn't find anything. So really, if you know how to do this, you know, I would love for you to comment below or point me into a direction of a tutorial. But I want to make this like a flat bottom to be able to put this into the bag and then tie it off with some copper trim. And the only thing that I can think of is when you do it, like, I guess, do you flatten these little flaps and put glue dots? Is that how you do it? But when I was doing it, it just didn't look very neat. That's the only thing that I can think of. So that's what I'm envisioning, is this, you know, somehow you can make this like almost like gusseted and then tie it off. So that's the idea. I would love to have had a finished product for you today, but like I said, I couldn't find how to do that. So I'm almost completing it for you. So really, in all sincerity, if you know how to do that, please point me in that direction. But let's go ahead and get started, and I really think you're going to like today's project. So here I've got all of my stamping supplies, and what I've started doing recently is, you know, I've been doing my project instruction sheet. You can download that on my blog, but I have all the measurements, but I link all the supplies, not link, well, I do link the supplies in the description box, but I put all the supplies posted in my tutorial, but not the dimensions, and you can find all that information on today's blog post. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to start off with a piece of soft sky cardstock. I've cut this to 3x6, and let's go ahead and score this at 3 inches. So the easiest way to do is just bring in your Simply Scored scoring tool and score that at 3 inches, and this will be our card base. And then we can take our bone folder and burnish that. Okay, then the next thing that you're going to do is cut a piece of Whisper White cardstock. This is just a 1/4 inch smaller than the note card, so this is 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and we're going to be layering that onto the card base in just a second. Then the next thing you're going to do is to cut a piece of Wood Texture Designer Series paper, and this is that little 6x6 stack that has a lot of different wood grain patterns on there. So you're just going to cut this down to 2.5 by 2.5, and we're going to do some stamping on this piece of paper. So I am using the Woodwords stamp set. I've got this here in wood block. It does come in clear mount, and the stamps that I've chosen for today's project is this really pretty floral pattern, the Hello Friend, and then the rooster. I thought that would be fun to use. And we are going to start off with the floral pattern. The two ink colors that you're going to need today are Early Espresso and Soft Sky. So we're going to start off with Early Espresso, and what I'm going to do is just stamp the floral image onto the wood grain, so it's a very subtle background that you see. So that's the idea. It's not really supposed to be noticeable, but it's just something that you go, I see something back there. So I'm just randomly stamping it there at the top, and then I'll come down here at the bottom. So just like that. Like I said, just really subtle. And then you're going to want to clean your stamp off because we will need to use the stamp again in Soft Sky. All right, the next thing you're going to do is cut out the second smallest stitched shape circle framelit in Whisper White. And then let me just make sure. I can never remember exactly which scallop I did. And honestly, it really doesn't matter because I won't be able to tell you. Just grab, it looks like it's the 1, 2, 3. It looks like it's the fourth smallest scallop circle. You're going to cut that out in Soft Sky. So I've already done that. So the first thing we're going to do is I'm going to stamp this floral image on the circle using Soft Sky. So you'll just die cut these with your Big Shot. I'm not sure if I mentioned that. Okay, so I'm just going to stamp that at the top and down here at the bottom, like so. And now what I'm going to do is, and I don't know if I really showed y'all this, what I'm going to do now is come in with my Stamp-a-ma-jig to stamp in the rooster. You don't have to use your Stamp-a-ma-jig if you don't want to, but with these being wood mount stamps, I just don't trust myself to get a good centered placement. So I'm using my imaging sheet, and my stamp's a little bit smeared, but I can still see it. And so what I'm doing is I'm placing that on the circle in the center where I want it, and then I'm using, whoops, then I'm going to use the T-square ruler to keep it in place. And I'm going to bring in Early Espresso back and then just ink up the rooster. Now these stamps are distressed, so don't be alarmed if when you stamp it you have like a little line in the stamp. That's the design of it. So it just looks like that. And now what I'm going to do is layer this onto the scallop circle, like so. And I'll just use snail for that. So like I said, I want to have 4 little note cards in my little wood crate. So I think that will be cute to have. You know, you could do 3, you could do 5, you could do however many, but I thought 4 was a good number. All right, and then you're just going to get another piece of Whisper White cardstock, and this is where we're going to stamp our sentiment, and I have chosen Hello Friend, and I'm using Soft Sky again, and I'm just going to stamp that right here. And I'm going to punch this out using our classic label punch. So this guy right here. And I'm going to position it where the Hello Friend is more to the left or to the right, where there's more blank space on the left hand side, because I'm going to be using this as a tag. So what I'm going to do here is just trim off just that left side, and then I'm going to be using my 1/16 handheld punch and then just punch a hole right there. Okay, grab some linen thread and just cut off just where that bend is, that little segment, and just go ahead and feed that linen thread through that hole, and then just put this off to the side because we'll be using this in just a second. Okay, so let me clean up my mess here. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to work on this piece right here, our copper trim. This is 1/4 inch wide, and it's really, really cool because you can do some really neat things with this copper trim. You can, you know, separate it like that and really make some fun designs, but if you decide you don't like that, if you just pull it back taut, then it goes back to the regular width. So I am just going to use it just normal, and I'm going to tie it around the front panel, and I'm actually going to tie a bow, but I'm going to tie a knot once, and then I'm going to feed my tag through and go ahead and tie a knot with the linen thread so that it will be in a good spot when I tie the bow, and try to hide the linen thread as much as possible. So I'll trim those tails in just a second. Okay, now I'm going to just tie a knot, and this ribbon is really easy to work with. It makes some pretty bows. So just like that, I'll go ahead and cut this off and then kind of fiddle with it. So just pull the tails. You can shape the bows to you know, whatever shape you want. If you want them a little bit fuller, you can do that. Like I said, this is really good stuff. I like it. But I'm just going to move this off to the right. Try to do that without ripping the paper. Okay, and then I'm going to come in here and just trim off the linen thread, and then I'll get everything positioned where I want it to be. But just a fun little cute little tag. And then what I'm going to do is I want this to adhere to the wood grain designer series paper, but I'm going to cut off the left side of the circle. And so I'm just going to get my little portable paper trimmer. For things like this, I like to use my small little trimmer, and I guess I'm coming to about like the 1.5 inch mark and just slice off. So, you know, what is that? That's about, it's about 1/2 inch. And then I'm just going to adhere that with snail. And then you just want to have it flush to the left side of the designer series paper. Make sure it's lined up straight. Yep, that looks good. And then just press it down good. And so there is the front of the card. And then let's go ahead and bring our card back in, and let's go ahead and adhere the Whisper White to the card base. And I'm just attaching this with snail. Okay, and then I'm going to pop up this part on dimensionals. So just 1 dimensional in each corner, I think should do it. Okay, and then just position that onto the card base. And I would do a better job of hiding that linen thread. I'll do a better job once I'm off camera to hide that, because you don't want to see that. See, like this here, you can just see it just a little bit. So what I want to do next is go ahead and decorate the envelope. And again, I'm going to use the floral stamp and soft sky. And this is really easy, super quick, and you know, just adds just a little bit of impact to your envelope. So I'm just going to stamp it right there on the front, and then I'm going to turn it around, and I'm just going to stamp the flap And just a great simple way to dress up that envelope. So there is our card. And so let's go ahead and put all of the cards. And you know what? You could even, here, let me show you this. I just thought of this. You could even stamp inside the note card because it's light enough, you know, for you to write. You don't have to line it with a white piece of cardstock or anything like that. But you could just stamp right there at the bottom and then write your message, and if it overlaps, you'll definitely be able to see through it. So there you go. So you can dress it up even more. So here's our 4 note cards and 4 matching envelopes and the cute little wood crate. I'm going to show you how to make this wood crate. It's super easy. So what you will need to do is to grab your wood crate thinlets, or these framelets. I always get the thinlets and the framelets mixed up. And you are going to grab this one and you're going to die cut this twice. Again, I used the wood crate designer series paper. So you just need 2 pieces and everything is scored for you, so it makes it super easy. And so just fold on those score marks. And I like to use my bone folder to make sure it's nice and crisp. And just fold this one here in the middle. It's a little hard to see, at least for me, and I think it's because I'm using the wood grain paper, so the grain, it gets a little camouflaged. So just you just take your time folding that so that you make sure that you're folding it on the right piece. Okay, so there's half of our crate. So let's go ahead and do the same thing. And I actually like to use our liquid glue, putting this together. You know, you could use snail or the tear and tape. And then you could always decorate the front, you know, if you wanted to stamp one of the other images from the stamp set and make like a cute little tag or label. Okay, I think that's good. But I think just for demonstration purposes, I'm just going to use my snail. But definitely use something that's sturdier. And I'm just going to lay this down right there. And then bring it, and then bring that around. Like so. There you go. Okay. And then just go ahead and do the same thing on this side. Okay. And then I should have done this before. Let's see if I can do this. I don't recommend doing it this way, but just for demonstration purposes, I think it will work. There we go. And so there's our little wooden crate, just super cute, very simple. So like I said, you could, you know, use your circle framelits and, you know, do something really cute like for you. All right, guys. Well, that is today's project. I hope you liked it. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Here, let me take out one of the note cards in the matching envelope. So if you did, give it a thumbs up. Make sure that you subscribe to my YouTube channel as well as my blog, and be sure to subscribe to my newsletter and Facebook and all that other good stuff. You can find all of my social media links down below. I feel like you can, like, there's about a gazillion different places to find me on the internet. But anyway, like I said, it was a ton of fun making this project. I hope you liked it. That was using the Woodwords stamp set, and then the cute little wood crate framelits. All right, guys, if you have any questions, feel free to comment below. And really, truly, if you can help me out on this cello bag, I'll owe you big time. All right, guys, thank you. Bye.